I'm going to call the Wednesday, January 18th, 2023 meeting of the Norfolk County Commission to order. On Thursday, March 12, 2020, Governor Charles Baker issued an order suspending certain provisions of the Mass Open Meeting Law, Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20. That order was effective immediately, and until it is rescinded, our state of emergency is terminated. On July 17, 2022, by action of the legislature, that order was extended until March 31st, 2023. Thank you. Would you all stand and join me in saluting the flag? Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We're here today at our regularly scheduled meeting. With us is our CIO, Sam Evans, and John Wallace, who's our business manager at our agricultural high school. I'd like to go to the first couple of orders before we go into executive session. Number 4, minutes of the open session meeting of January
Roll call.
11th, 2023.
Roll call first.
Roll
Joe.
call, please.
Roll call, Commissioner Stady,
I'm present.
Commissioner Collins,
There
Present.
you go.
Commissioner Shea is present. We have a quorum. Let's jump to number 4, and then we'll do 3 that we haven't. We'll go 4 to 7, then go into executive session
Sounds good.
with Attorney Lopez. Number 4, please.
Move approval of the minutes of January 11th as presented.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Number 5, we have no appointments. Number 6 is public comment. Is there anyone out in Zoom land that would like to have a comment? Any public comment today? Director Cronin, anyone notify you?
I'm not aware of anybody, sir.
Okay, last call for public comment. Number 7, old business, we have none. Okay, if we have no objections, I'd like to go back to 3, executive session. I might say at the outset that after the executive session, we're going to come back in full session to finish our regular scheduled meeting.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session pursuant to purpose 3 MGLC 30A, section 21A1, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares.
I'll second. That motion.
Motion made and seconded. Roll call vote. Commissioner Stady,
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Shea votes yes.
And does the chair so declare a detrimental effect on the?
I have declared an open meeting has a detrimental effect.
Okay.
We are in executive session. Okay. Thank you very much. We're back on the record on Wednesday, January 18th, 2023, at our regularly scheduled Norfolk County Commissioners meeting. Members, we are at item number 8, which is personnel matters for consideration.
Yes, Chairman.
Commissioner Stady.
Yes, sir. Through you, your permission, I move the appointment of Gregory Raphael of Mansfield, Mass. Gregory Raphael.
Yeah.
Sorry, a part-time cafeteria worker with the date effective 1/19/23.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Next.
Second is notice of appointment of April Baronis of Attleboro, Mass. as a 173-day instructor for the rate stated effective 1/23/23. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to, all in favor of the appointment of April Baronis as a 180-day teacher, 173-day teacher, instructor. All in favor?
Aye. John,
It is a vote.
to you, was that the person taking the place of the
Yeah,
the one
we,
that retired?
last week, yeah.
Yeah, an
Yeah.
animal science teacher.
Same,
That's great.
yep, same.
All right, well, sure.
Actually, I take a minute and read her resume. It's quite impressive.
I didn't see it.
She
Love to see
trained-
it.
It's in the packet.
Is it in the packet?
I'm sorry, it's in the back of the blue page.
Oh, blue
I'm
page.
sorry,
Beautiful.
back- yeah. It's,
Thank you.
next 2 or 3 are at the Wallaston Recreation Facility.
Notice a minimum wage increase for Michael Brown of Bridgewater, Mass. as seasonal grounds crew employee for the rate stated effective 1/1/23.
And
So moved.
the same with
Oh.
Benjamin Ryan and
And
Leonard.
Leonard Page, that's correct.
They're
Second.
all,
Make 'em all
they're
three.
all
All three.
seasoned people.
Yep.
Yes.
All together, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to increase the minimum wage on 3 of seasonal grounds crew at the Walson Recreation Facility. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Number 9, payroll and expense warrants for approval.
Right, we have two items, Mr. Chairman. First one, 23-29 payroll county, move approval of $243,675.94. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Nick?
And the other one is expense of the county for 0103-23, the amount of $58,109.08. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
That concludes our payroll and expense warrant. Number 10, report on the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Director Cronin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to kind of bundle my report with number 11, if that's okay with
Sure.
you, relative to the warrants for approval. This afternoon, you have before you a request to fund 3 ARPA awards. The first one is for the town of Medfield. This is an economic impact request for reimbursement of $250,000 to redevelop the Hinckley Playground and Park in the town of Medfield. They, in their justification, the connection between developing mental and physical health outcomes for in the post-pandemic economic recovery. This particular playground is in the only non-school operated playground available to our residents. All school playgrounds are closed to the public during COVID, so this drastically increased the use of this playground by all children of all ages. This particular request, as I mentioned, is a reimbursement. I believe that's Medfield's second award. The next one is the town of Westwood, $1.1 million. That's reimbursement to support public health. They're renovating, actually, I believe, new construction, their Hanlon Deerfield Elementary School. This particular award came before you, I believe, several months ago. We're reintroducing it because it was parked pending the need to subcontract out the elements of this $1.1 million HVAC work associated with the job. So the town manager just informed me they are ready to go. They're awarding this contract now. So this fund will introduce some cutting edge LEED silver certification Green Building Council standards for this particular elementary school K through 5, which is, as mentioned, the Hanlon Deerfield Elementary School. The last one, town of Weymouth, very straightforward. This is a reimbursement to purchase 856 antigen rapid tests. This is under the Support Public Health Initiative for Weymouth. I know Mr. Buckley is with us on the Zoom, and I'll ask him if he wants to inform the commissioners of the status of these communities with respect to being connected with the commissioners for recognition. I don't know if, Bill, if you had any updates to share at this point about which one, if any, wanted to have any kind of public promotion opportunity for these grants.
Mr. Chair, not particularly. However, Selectman Walsh from Westwood was open to having the commissioners into a future select board or school building committee meeting. Unfortunately, the Westwood town manager had a death in his immediate family, so he's been out for a bit. Medfield is looking at a March groundbreaking / destruction of the old playground, which advisory board member Murby thought might be a good idea as a time for you to come out to Medfield. And we're working with Mayor Headland's office to perhaps go to a Weymouth City Council meeting in the future with some of our colleagues from that board to do a check presentation in Weymouth, perhaps bundling 2 or 3 as their other awards go through the pipeline. So that's where we are with that.
This is the first award from Weymouth, correct?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Westwood and Medfield have been down the path with. All right, it's good to see Weymouth on board. I mean, they're number 3 in size. And we've awakened a sleeping giant, so we'll be happy to work with them as we have been with everyone else.
In addition to presenting this information, I just wanted to share some other feedback that I received. As some commissioners may be aware, I wear a different hat in my hometown. I had a meeting last week with our representative, Jim McGarvey, who some of you may know is the head of the House of Representatives Rules Committee. He was doing his due diligence, meeting with community leaders. He had some interesting comments around ARPA, which I think should inform the commissioners looking ahead. He is aware that the state has a tremendous amount of ARPA money still unallocated, approximately $2 billion, he estimates. He's had conversations with former Governor Baker, as well as our new Governor Maura Healey, about developing a strategy through the legislative process, obviously, to disperse those funds. He expressed some concerns going forward that because of the change in leadership, there could be, he had no firm reasons to think otherwise, there could be some impact this summer felt between the controlling party of the House and the need to address the debt ceiling that the country is facing. He thought perhaps that they'll be looking for something in exchange, and that could be a clawback of unobligated funds associated with ARPA. So I think somebody who has served for 25 years in the House of Representatives has his finger on some kind of a pulse. And I've expressed my concerns to my peers in the other counties that we need to be diligent over the next 24 months, now 23 or so, to try and obligate these funds effectively to the community's use. And I know each of you have made it clear to me, we need to connect with the communities that have not yet applied and stay on top of it. But clearly, I think there's some wisdom out there that although we think we have 2 years to go, we really don't know. And we might as well make use of the funds we have right now, optimize them and get them out effectively. So it was a very interesting interface with the representative, and I just wanted to share those comments with you. Thank you. That's all I have under ARPA.
I would trust, Mr. Chairman, that our opera coordinator is working hard
Right.
with John in that regard too, right?
Oh, yes.
sure
To
people,
that point, I have a meeting with him tomorrow morning and Treasurer Bellotti to discuss the elderly programming of a potential opera grant. And further to that, thank you, Commissioner.
Any reason why the opera wasn't on the warrant that I just read?
I just noticed that too. I was
Said it
just
was
going to
not
ask.
there.
you.
I
That's
didn't
on
know
me.
that.
I'll take care of that. I
Yeah.
apologize.
We were, yeah.
Do you want us to vote those?
Yes, could you
Then,
please?
Since we didn't have those on the warrant.
That's on me.
right?
Yep.
Okay, I got it.
That's my response.
Okay.
Same question,
Okay.
Richard.
Thank you.
So if you want, Mr. Chairman, want to make the motions? Get 'em
Yeah, there's
approved?
3 of them if you want to read
Sure.
them.
So our first one, I'll move approval of an opera award to the town of Westwood in the amount of $1,100,000 related to improvement of HVAC and other items as presented and approved by our director.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is the vote.
Second one, Mr. Chairman, I move approval of an opera award grant to the town of Medfield for the amount of $250,000 for the redevelopment of a playground and making it ADA compliant and other items outlined in their grant, which was approved by our director.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
And lastly, as noted, move approval of the opera award to the town of Weymouth in the amount of $900,000, primarily for COVID testing equipment and items related to the pandemic, as presented and approved by our director.
Second.
I have a question, Oliva. How many kits are they getting?
800 and they already purchased them. 856.
And that's $900,000. Wow. Okay. That's
Gotta
all
say,
right.
it's-
That's all right. Okay.
I think,
That's all right. We want to
it's-
get Weymouth the board.
yeah.
They're happy, we're happy.
say COVID testing,
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying.
purchase of COVID antigen rapid tests, reimbursement. Didn't say about staff or anything else.
I'll double check that. It could be 856,000. I'll double check that number.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Thank you.
Want me to hold off on that then?
No.
This has already gone through the Clifton Larson and
Okay.
Powers and
Yeah.
Sullivan screen. What I'm reading, what you're reading, is a brief character limited description field. So I can get the details. If there's any problem, I'll bring it back.
All right.
But I believe it's accurate.
Okay, so motion is made.
Second.
Yeah.
All right, motion made on Weymouth. All in favor?
Aye,
Thank you. Well, we don't want to, we want to encourage Weymouth.
right,
Randolph's next.
right.
He's gonna get. Okay, that concludes opera for today. We had no bid openings at 1:30. We have no contract awards today. Number 14, opioid abuse prevention grant in partnership with Norfolk County District Attorney. Application.
So I just wanted to let the commissioners know this time next week, I'll have before you a request to approve the application that we will be sending out in conjunction and partnership with the Norfolk County District Attorney. As the commissioners may know, Commissioner Staley firsthand, you attended the meeting. We are going to be distributing our opioid settlement amount of just over $16,000. The Norfolk County District Attorney's Office will contribute about $7,000 to make it a total of $23,000. The goal is to distribute $1,000 each to the members of the Norfolk County District Attorney Community Grant Coalition. I can't recall the exact acronym.
Right.
It's a group of
Look at that.
established service groups that work directly with individuals afflicted with opioid abuse. The Norfolk County District Attorney's Office has graciously, extended, I should say, the interest to cooperate with the Norfolk County Commissioners on distributing this money. We expect that on January, I think it's the 30th, Commissioner stated they're having a follow-up meeting.
Yep.
So my hope is that when we meet next week, you will approve the application. We can announce this at that meeting and then solicit the requests from the individuals and get the money out sometimes this spring.
Very
That's
good.
the goal.
I'm planning on attending
Thank you.
as well, so the
Okay.
30th.
I'll
so
let Christina know.
I'll let them know I'll be attending the meeting, so it's great. Very good.
Number 15, report of the county director, Director Cronin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a few items briefly. I'll be attending this Friday's Mass Municipal Association Conference in Boston. I believe a couple of us are going. Commissioner Stady, Commissioner
I'm
Shea
going.
will be going. The Assistant Director is going, Human Resources Director is going. This is a return to a relatively robust statewide convention that's been dormant as a result of COVID for the last couple of years. So I think a lot of us are looking forward to meeting our vendors and our peers and seeing what's new in state government. Just a reminder, the commissioners should be aware of conducting the department head evaluations, mid-year evaluations this week, next week, and through the end of the month. And then finally, I think I forwarded you each an email that came from a vice president of the Kraft Group. This gentleman was contacted by Business View magazine, and they're happy to be our front page sponsor for that article that you, Commissioner Stady, and you, Commissioner Shea, were interviewed for back in November. So the Kraft Group will be sponsoring us in that article, and that's good news. So we should see a product very soon.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. It's Brian's. I can't remember his last name. Forgive me.
Childress or something?
Yes, but he called me a couple of months ago and made inquiry on this, and I shared with him some of the product that Business View has done, and now they're very happy and very pleased to support you and the county in this particular presentation. So that is the update.
Sounds good.
Okay. Any other questions for John? Okay,
If you get a minute, just not to split hairs, you might want to take a look at our webpage. It might need to be updated a little bit. Only because the Canton grant wasn't recorded in there.
Sure.
It still has the old numbers on there. So
Absolutely. Yep.
just take a look at that when you
Got
can.
it. Yep.
Or have Billy or whatever.
That's correct.
But they catch that.
Mhm.
Do we ever find out what happened to our new, was it clerk magistrate of Rentham? She didn't connect with us?
We
Is she going
we're
to?
using contact through facilities department.
Uh-huh.
I spoke with Tara this week. She again extended the Zoom invite to the new clerk magistrate. I kept looking to see if she was going to join us today. I don't think
Okay.
she is, but we've made a second attempt this week to see if she'd be interested in joining.
All right.
If and when we hear from her, we'll put her on.
That's fine.
yeah, okay.
Okay. That was all I had, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. I have no other items that were not unanticipated. I have no news, no little bits of news. Again, we're going to MMA. Hopefully it'll be meaningful, I think. My mind, I don't think there was an MMA during COVID.
I think so.
It's
Did he do it virtual? I
It's
mean, I don't know.
I think last year they tried, it didn't come off, but I think in the past, speaking for myself, I always gleaned something by going to this conference. So hopefully, the county's kind of in between. We're not a town, we're not a city, we're not a member of MMA, but we have a lot of similar issues that we work on, so I think it's meaningful. I think we're going, in the past, I know the register's gone, so we always have representation.
Great, that's great. Looking
Okay,
forward.
last call, I have nothing else. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Will we adjourn at 1:58, Mr. Chairman?
Second.
Motion made, seconded on adjournment, all in favor?
Aye.
Regular session next week, 25th. Thank you very much.